Imagine changing how someone sees you from not caring about you at all to being genuinely interested in you. Does that seem impossible? Well, I'm going to tell you that the ancient Stoics already knew how to do it. In this video, we'll look at how the principles of Stoicism can help you change how someone doesn't value you without games or manipulations, but with wisdom and self-confidence. If you're new here, please like the video and subscribe. Only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, please subscribe and hit the notification button. Let's begin this life-changing journey together. Have you ever felt ignored or undervalued by someone important to you? Have you ever thought about how to make that person see your true worth? We will talk about practical and philosophical PH strategies that go beyond the surface and help you build real worth that will be seen and valued by those around you. Watch until the end to find out how applying these teachings can improve your relationships and boost your self-esteem. It's not just about getting someone's attention, it's also about becoming the best version of yourself so that moms respect and are interested in you. Get ready for a shift in how you see things that could completely change your social and mental life. Many people have heard of the term self-esteem, but not many really understand what it means and how important it is in our daily lives. Think of it as the foundation of a house. If the foundation is strong, everything you build on top of it will be stable, but if the foundation is weak, even a small breeze can bring the whole structure down. So why is self-esteem so important? Well, it's the basis of how you see and value yourself. When you have high self-esteem, you know your worth and don't need constant approval from others. Imagine how free you feel when you're not relying on compliments or other people to validate your choices. This not only gives you more confidence, but it also lets you live more authentically and according to your own values. Having high self-esteem also affects how others see you. Have you noticed that confident people tend to get more respect and attention? This is because they exude a positive energy and an inner security that are almost magnetic. We're not talking about arrogance here. We're talking about a calm and firm confidence that comes from within. Having high self-esteem also helps you deal with life's challenges and criticisms better. For example, when someone doesn't value you, you can stay calm and understand that the problem isn't always with you. This lets you respond in a healthy way, a more healthy and confident way, without letting the bad things other people say affect your health. Now let's talk about how to boost your self-esteem, mainly by being tough. Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius did some amazing things to boost their self-esteem. One of these is daily reflection. Take a moment today to think about what you did and what you thought. Every day ask yourself, did I live up to my values today? What can I do differently tomorrow? This simple habit can help you learn more about yourself and value yourself more. Visualizing bad things is another Stoic exercise. It may seem strange, but it works. Think the worst things that could happen. This isn't meant to scare you, but to get you ready mentally and show you that you can handle even the worst situations. This makes you stronger and boosts your self-esteem as a result. Remember that amorti means loving your fate. This doesn't mean being passive. It means realizing that we can't change some things and need to make the best of what we have. When you accept this, you stop comparing yourself to others and start appreciating what you have and who you are. To improve your self-esteem, you need to learn more about yourself and accept yourself on a regular basis. If you follow these Stoic principles, you will not only boost your self-esteem, but you will also become a more confident, balanced, and happy person. Remember that you deserve to be valued, but the process starts with you. Let's talk about how other people see you. To change how other people see you, you need to do things that boost your self-confidence and make your social interactions better. Here are 10 practical techniques based on Stoic principles and personal development. Each of them will help you become more real and respected in both your personal and professional relationships. Let's talk about how these techniques can make a difference in your life. One of the keys to a fuller and more balanced life is emotional self-sufficiency. This simply means that you can count on your own happiness and well-being without expecting other people to agree with you. Imagine how freeing it would be to live your life without worrying about what other people think. Focusing on what's important to you and your health first is important too. Understand that being emotionally self-sufficient doesn't mean you're lonely or don't need other people. On the contrary, it means building a strong foundation of self-confidence and self-acceptance that lets you relate to others in a healthy and balanced way. When you value and recognize your own worth, you naturally attract respect and admiration to help you reach this level of independence. Beginning by setting aside time for things that make you happy and content, do things you enjoy, learn something new, or just take some time to relax and think. This time alone will help you feel better about your self-confidence. Taking care of yourself is another important step. Take care of your physical, social, and emotional health. One way to do this is to work out regularly. Healthy food. Do something that makes you feel good about yourself, like meditation. The better you feel, the more independent you are. Also, learn to set healthy limits. Don't be afraid to say no when you need to, and keep your emotional space safe. Setting limits shows that you respect yourself and others, and it keeps you from being suffocated by what other people expect of you. Stoics taught us that focusing on what you can control is very important. Too often, we get upset and stressed about things that are out of our hands. When you accept that some things are out of your hands, you release a lot of emotional weight and can focus on what can really make a difference in your life. Emotional self-sufficiency is a lifelong process of self-discovery and growth. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, knowing your own worth and living your life in line with your beliefs. By taking this approach, you not only improve your own life, but you also change how other people see you. After all, someone who is mentally independent exudes confidence and naturally earns the respect and admiration of everyone around them. The second method. Continuing our trip toward emotional independence by practicing virtue, let's talk about a basic idea in Stoicism. At the heart of this theory is the idea of living a virtuous life, which means following high moral standards like honesty and courage. Justice and wisdom are examples of virtues. To live a more balanced and emotionally independent life, we need to practice virtue, which means staying true to our values no matter what. When you act with integrity and follow your principles, you build a strong foundation of self-confidence and self-respect. This is important for emotional independence because when you know you're doing the right thing, you don't need other people to confirm your feelings. To start, think about what virtues are most important to you. They could be honesty, empathy, courage, or any other value you think is important. Be intentional about incorporating these virtues into your daily life. For example, if honesty is important to you, promise to be honest in all of your contacts, even if it's hard. Having the courage to face your fears and problems is part of being virtuous. Being brave doesn't mean you don't feel scared. It means you act in a way that is consistent with your values. Every time you face a tough situation with courage, you boost your self-esteem and mental toughness. As Aristotle said, virtue is the balance between two vices, one of excess and the other of deficiency. Finding the middle ground in our actions and choices is an important part of being good, as this quote reminds us. Justice is one more. Treating others fairly and equally is a central trait that not only makes your relationships better, but also boosts your self-esteem. When you act justly, you make the world a better place, which makes it easier to live by your values. Finally, being wise means always looking for new information and learning. Being wise means being open to new ideas and ready to change your views when needed. Being wise helps you make better, more balanced decisions, increasing your mental independence even more. Being good is a way to keep growing and learning about yourself. By practicing these virtues every day, you not only become a better person, but you also build a strong base for facing life's challenges with grace and confidence. As a result, you become someone who exudes an inner strength that naturally earns respect and admiration from others. After all, living a good life is the key to a full and meaningful one. Third, being assertive in your conversation. It is important to talk about assertive communication as we continue our search for mental independence and the practice of virtue. One of the most important things you can do to build healthy, respectful relationships in your personal and work life is to communicate assertively. But what does this really mean? Assertive communication means stating your thoughts and feelings clearly and politely, without being hostile or passive. When you communicate assertively, you are practicing honesty, which is a very important virtue that we talked about earlier. Being honest with yourself and others creates an atmosphere of openness and trust. This doesn't mean you should be brutally honest, but that you should find a balanced way to state your needs and opinions to start practicing assertive communication. It's important to say things that show how you feel and what you need without blaming others. For example, you could say, "I feel ignored when I'm not heard," instead of, "You never listen to me." This small change in how you speak can have a big effect on how your message is understood. One of the great thinkers, Aristotle, said that we become what we repeatedly do. This means that excellence is not an act but a habit. This is very true for assertive communication. Becoming a strong person. Communicator needs to be used regularly and regularly. Every interaction is a chance to get better at this skill and build stronger connections. Active listening is also an important part of being assertive. Listening carefully to what the other person has to say is just as important as speaking. It shows respect and empathy, which are two qualities that make any relationship stronger. When you really listen, you understand their needs and points of view better, which makes it easier to come to an agreement or settle a disagreement. Keeping eye contact is another helpful trick. When you talk to someone, looking them in the eyes shows that you're paying attention and interested in what they have to say. This not only boosts your trustworthiness, but also makes them feel like they are important. Remember that assertive conversation works both ways, so be ready to get feedback and criticism. It shows that you are emotionally mature to accept other people's views with respect and care. It can also help you grow and keep getting better. Practicing virtue every day and learning how to communicate assertively is a powerful way to boost your emotional independence. When you talk to people clearly and politely, you build bridges instead of walls, making connections with them that are deeper and more meaningful. Actively hearing. Let's talk about how important it is to listen actively now that we've talked about bold communication. Active listening means not only hearing what is being said, but also understanding it and thinking about it. It is a skill that you need to develop if you want to build stronger connections. Active listening means giving the person talking your full attention. This means putting down any distractions, like your phone, and focusing on the conversation. Show that you are there and interested by making eye contact and using confirming gestures, like nodding. This shows respect and care, which builds trust. Asking thoughtful questions is also an important part of active listening, of paying attention. Getting more information from the other person by asking clarifying questions shows that you care about what they have to say and want to understand it better. This makes the other person feel heard and respected. Another good method is to rephrase what was said. By saying back what you understood in your own words, you make sure there were no misunderstandings and show the person you are listening that you are paying attention. This instant feedback makes communication clearer and more effective. Plato, a Greek philosopher, said that wisdom starts with wonder. When you actively listen, this wonder turns into real interest in other people's lives and points of view. Developing this curiosity helps us learn more about the world and the people in it, which makes our exchanges better and our relationships stronger. Active hearing also helps people understand others. To build strong relationships, you need to put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to understand their feelings and goals. This practice not only helps people talk to each other better, but it also makes the mental bond between them stronger. Making a place where people can help and understand. It is very important to avoid interruptions. Wait for the other person to finish talking before answering. Interrupting can come off as rude and shows that you're not interested in what they have to say. Letting them finish shows that you value their opinion. In a world full of distractions, active listening is a test of your ability to be patient and present. Giving someone your full attention and time is a valuable gift. This habit not only makes your personal and business relationships better, it also helps you grow as a person. Getting better at hearing what others say. Anyone who wants to improve their relationships and interactions must learn how to listen. By listening, you show respect, empathy, and a sincere desire to understand the other person, which makes your conversations more meaningful and enriching. Number 5. Dependability and stability. Being consistent and dependable go hand in hand and are both necessary for making relationships stay strong. Being consistent means always living up to your values and promises. Being dependable means always being someone others can count on. These two traits are essential for any healthy relationship, personal or professional. Let's start with consistency. Keeping things the same. Being consistent with your actions and responses makes your relationships more stable and safe. When you do this, people around you know what to expect from you, which not only helps build trust, but also creates an atmosphere of stability and mutual respect. To be honest, it's important to keep the promises you make. This seems like an easy rule. If you say you'll do something, do it. But in the busyness of daily life, we forget how little things can affect other people. People think that being on time, making deadlines, and doing what you need to do are practical ways to show consistency. Being reliable, on the other hand, means more than just keeping your word. It also means being able to be a steady and present support for others. This means being there when they need you, helping them out without being asked, and showing empathy and understanding during hard times. People will trust you more if you do things over and over again that show them they can count on you. Aristotle said that we are what we do over and over again. This means that excellence is not an act, but a habit. Using this insight in our daily lives means that being dependable and steady should be something we do all the time. Moreover, these traits don't appear overnight. They're formed through repeated, deliberate actions. Being consistent and dependable. These traits are highly valued at work and can lead to new opportunities and responsibilities at home. They also improve family ties and create an atmosphere of trust and support. Another important point is clear communication. When people know they can talk to you and that you will be honest and direct, they are more likely to believe you. This makes mutual trust even stronger, which helps you develop these qualities. Self-reflection and dedication are important. Ask yourself if the things you do every day show the values you want to show. Be ready to make changes and keep getting better. Being consistent and reliable isn't just a practice. It's a way of life that makes every part of your life better. When you follow these rules, you not only improve your relationships with other people, but you also become a more valuable and respected person. After all, trust is earned over time by acting in a reliable and consistent way. The method number 6, understanding empathy, is a powerful trait that can change the way we interact with others. It means being able to understand how someone else feels and see things. In a world that is both more connected and more alone, empathy is more important than ever for making real connections that last. Active listening is the first step in showing empathy. When someone talks, it's important to not only hear the words, but also understand how they're feeling. Show that you're really there by giving the conversation your full attention and not cutting them off. To show understanding, just paying attention while listening is a big step forward. In addition to listening, it's important to recognize and validate the emotions of others. Sometimes all people want is to be heard and understood. By recognizing their feelings, you're not necessarily agreeing with them, but you are showing respect and understanding. Saying things like, "I understand how you feel," can make a big difference. This is where the video gets interesting, the middle part. Congratulations on trying to be a better person. If you don't know what to say, just write mind over body. If you liked this video, please subscribe for more like it. I've also linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will help you develop a Stoic mindset. Another important skill is being able to provide mental support. This can be done by saying comforting things, showing solidarity, or just being there when things get tough. When you see someone is having a hard time, you should do something about it. For example, if you see someone having a problem, you could help them solve it or just be there for them. Empathy isn't just important when things are sad or hard. It's also important when things are happy and successful. Celebrating other people's successes as if they were your own shows that you have a kind and open heart. This kind of behavior improves relationships and makes a space where everyone can help each other. Confucius said that you shouldn't do to other people what you wouldn't want done to you. This quote tells us that empathy means treating others the way we want to be treated. If we follow this idea in our daily lives, we will become more understanding and compassionate. Developing empathy takes work and practice. To better understand how others feel, you need to be aware of your own emotions and be able to control them. Meditation and personal reflection can help you become more self-aware. Empathy improves communication and collaboration at work. It also strengthens family and friendships. In both settings, it creates an atmosphere of trust and respect, where everyone feels valued and understood. Being empathetic is an investment in your relationships and your own happiness. When you practice empathy, you not only make other people's lives better, you also make your own life better. After all, understanding and feeling with the other is what it means to be human. Number 7. How you look. Personal look is more than just vanity. It's how we show the world who we are and how that impacts our self-esteem and how other people see us. Taking care of your looks doesn't mean spending hours in front of the mirror. It means respecting yourself and other people. The first step is to keep up with good personal cleanliness. Being clean and well-groomed sends a message that you value yourself. Little things you do every day, like taking a bath every day, brushing your teeth, and keeping your nails clean, can make a big difference in how you look. Another important thing is to dress properly for the event. Putting on clothes that are appropriate for the situation and in good shape shows that you value what you're doing and the people you are meeting. Your clothes don't have to be expensive or fancy. What matters is that you look good and feel good. Your physical health is also very important to how you look. Getting enough sleep, staying busy, and eating a balanced diet can all help you look better and feel better in general. When you feel good physically, it shows in your posture and behavior. Taking care of your skin and hair is very important, but this is something that is often forgotten. A good haircut and some simple skincare can make you feel a lot better about your self-esteem. Even simple things like a good shampoo and lotion can make a big difference. Taking care of your physical appearance includes how you convey your emotions as well. A positive mood, a genuine smile, and an open posture can all make you look better and make you seem more confident. Make an impression, as the philosopher Emerson wrote, that the first income is health care. Being healthy is the first step to looking good. Taking care of your physical and mental health is important for feeling good and looking good. How you look has a direct effect on how other people see you. Feeling good about how you look can have a big effect on your confidence and self-esteem, which can have a positive effect on every part of your life. At work, a good appearance can show that you are professional and competent. In social situations, it can make interactions more pleasant and positive. Always keep in mind that how you look doesn't define who you are, but it can help you feel good about yourself and make good impressions. Taking care of yourself is a sign of self-worth that can change your confidence and the way you interact with others. After all, what you do and how you feel are both affected by how well you take care of yourself. Number 8. Getting better at social skills. Getting better at social exchanges is important if you want to make your relationships stronger. Not everyone is born with these skills, but the good news is that with hard work and practice, they can be learned and gotten better. First, learn how to start a talk. It can be hard for some people to take the first step, but being nice and simple can help. Make a positive comment or ask a question about the situation. This shows that you are interested and breaks the ice. Another important skill is active listening. Listen to what the other person is saying without cutting them off or thinking about what you're going to say next. Showing that you are listening builds respect and trust, which are important in any relationship. Body language is also important. Keep your back straight. Look people in the eye and smile. These nonverbal cues show that you are friendly and interested in talking to them. They can help people talk to each other and make chats more comfortable. Understanding other people's feelings and points of view is an important skill to have. You don't have to agree with them all the time, but showing that you do makes the emotional connection stronger and helps fix problems more effectively. It's important to communicate clearly and directly. Don't beat around the bush. Be direct, but always polite. Being honest about your thoughts and feelings helps avoid misunderstandings and makes the exchange more productive and pleasant. It's important to learn how to deal with feedback and criticism. Instead of getting angry or feeling attacked, see criticism as a chance to improve. You should thank the person who gave you feedback. Think about it and use it to make your skills and behavior better. Being real is important for social skills because people like people who are honest. Don't try to be someone you're not to please other people. Be yourself and show your values. Being real builds trust and makes relationships last longer. Another important skill is learning how to solve conflicts. There will always be disagreements, but how you handle them is what matters. Try to find fair and peaceful solutions. Stay cool and ready to compromise when needed. This shows that you are an adult and makes relationships stronger. One great way to improve these skills is to take part in social events. Join clubs, interest groups, or events in your neighborhood. You can practice and improve your social skills in a variety of settings through these activities. Putting time and effort into improving your social skills will make your personal and work life better. Healthy, strong relationships are essential to happiness and success. By getting better at these skills, you feel more confident and ready to handle the challenges of everyday life. After all, one of the keys to a fuller and more satisfying life is truly connecting with the people around you. Number 9. Happiness and optimism. Positivity and confidence are strong emotions that can change your life. Looking on the bright side doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means focusing on solutions and chances. Having a good outlook can make you stronger. To spread happiness, work on your relationships, and even support better health. Beginning by being thankful. Every day, take a moment to think about what you're thankful for. It could be something as simple as a tasty breakfast or a nice chat. This habit will help you focus on the good things in your life, which will make you happier and more content. It also makes a big difference to use positive words. As an alternative to saying, "This is hard," or "This is a challenge, but I can get through it." Make positive statements. Marcus Aurelius said that the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thinking. This small change in how you say something can affect your mood and how other people react to you. To have positive thoughts, you need to do more than just stay happy. You need to train your mind to see the best in every situation. Learn to recognize your bad thoughts and replace them with more positive ones. Instead, it's important to surround yourself with upbeat people. Your state of mind is affected by the people you hang out with. Try to be around people who lift your spirits, support you, and inspire you. These kinds of relationships will help you stay optimistic and have a good attitude. Your body has an effect on your thoughts. A healthy, balanced diet, regular exercise, and good sleep are all important for keeping your mind healthy and positive. When your body is healthy, so is your mind. Facing problems with optimism is also important. Instead of seeing problems as insurmountable obstacles, see them as chances to learn and grow. Each problem you overcome builds your confidence and resilience, making you better prepared to face future problems with a positive attitude. Meditation and other relaxation methods can help you keep your emotions in check and see the bright side of things. These techniques help clear the mind, lower stress, and calm the mind, letting you deal with problems better. Celebrating your successes, no matter how small, boosts your confidence and keeps your motivation high. These moments of celebration give you a sense of progress and accomplishment, which starts a positive cycle in your life. Making positivity and optimism a daily habit changes not only your life, but also the lives of those around you for the better. By choosing to see the bright side of things and keeping an optimistic attitude, you create a happier and healthier environment for everyone. Criticism that helps. It's important for both personal and professional growth to give and receive helpful feedback. But how do you do it well? Let's look at some practices that can help make feedback back a powerful and positive tool. First, it's better to be clear than to use general phrases like, "You need to improve." Specifically, name actions or behaviors. For example, I saw that you have trouble meeting deadlines. Maybe we can work together to improve your time management. This kind of feedback is more helpful because it tells the person exactly what they need to do to improve. It's also important to keep a positive and encouraging tone. Even when the feedback is negative, it should be given in a way that motivates the person to do better, not one that makes them feel bad about themselves. One good example is balancing bad comments with good things. Start by pointing out something good the person did, then talk about what they could do better, and end on a positive note about their potential. Socrates said that the best way to make things change is to put all of your efforts into making the new instead of the old. This means that when you give feedback, you should focus on ways to improve and grow in the future, instead of just criticizing the past. It's also important to actively listen and let the person reply and share their own thoughts. This not only shows respect, but it might also give you useful information you hadn't thought of before. People can give and receive comments more effectively when they can talk to each other. Apart from just pointing out problems, another way to make comments more useful is to offer solutions. Offer specific changes or solutions. This helps the person see what they need to do next and boosts their confidence in their ability to make changes. It's also important how often input happens. Don't wait for official evaluations to talk about what you saw. Constant and regular comments can keep problems from building up and make corrections easier to handle. Making small changes along the way works better than making big changes to your behavior all at once. Another important thing to think about is the purpose of the feedback. Make sure that your goal is to really help the person grow and get better. Feedback that comes from understanding and a real desire to help someone grow is much more effective than criticism that comes from anger or impatience. Finally, show that you're willing to improve by being open to the feedback you get. Builds trust and respect between people, which leads to a positive feedback loop where everyone feels comfortable giving and receiving constructive advice. By following these steps, feedback can be turned into a powerful tool for specific personal and professional growth. With positive attitudes and an eye on the future, comments can inspire big changes and strengthen relationships to make the workplace more productive and peaceful. You can use all of these techniques in your everyday life. For example, practicing active listening can make your interactions at work and at home much better by creating an atmosphere of respect and understanding. Growing emotionally independent makes you less reliant on other people's opinions and more focused on your own worth. Now that we've talked about these useful techniques, it's time to use them. Remember that understanding something is only the first step. What really makes a difference is putting this information to use. Imagine how different your life will be if you start practicing virtue every day, or talking to people in a more assertive and caring way. Start today by picking one of the techniques that spoke to you the most and making an effort to incorporate it into your daily life. For example, set aside 5 minutes in the morning to think about your virtues or use active listening in your next conversation. Small actions you take every day can add up to big changes over time. If you run into problems, don't give up. Personal growth is an ongoing process, and every step, no matter how small, is a step toward a more complete and authentic version of yourself. If this message helped you in any way, please like and comment so that the algorithm can suggest it to someone else who needs it right now. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any new videos, and have a great day.